there is some latest updates so our political highway so abusuya gossip politics TV. So unsubscribe subscribe na hit say on the notification bell so na any updates be dropping on so once a bit to me, I can be credit goes to Bongo Ideas. Abusuya Zenator Rawlings to be named as the new defense minister by President Mahama in the coming days. Other key underperforming ministers would be reshuffled or removed. Congrats to the woman Ken. Abusuya a year late former president Jerry John Rawlings ne baba ye friend no a Zenator Rawlings and I say or sanso a member of parliament. Abusuya sisi ano President Mahama eba be naming as new defense minister HSA Obawe and as Zenator Rawlings or no NHSA eba be leader enye asam ketwa kra obeka ya ye defense minister late Dr. Omane Boama aye helicopter crash na abusuya menka ye yaw HSA ekoko happen ye no sa ato yire nchem no abusuya eno enema Ghana omani mu na ye lusu ye late honorable and I said Dr. Omane Boama sisi afe ena abrewa poma ewokoma President Mahama eba be name Zenator Rawlings as the new defense minister. Abusuya enye no kwa akasifo bebre so eliki info no de babonti Freddy I or the abase congratulations to honorable Zenator Rawlings and Samuel Atta Mills and Biscount Media and also the congratulation message by or say appointing the Senator Rawlings as a defense minister. Abusuya we breaking news ye baby breaky e the amam na nsem so koso our political highway so mommy yanko street na yanko nkoti ensema koso unsubscribe subscribe hit on the notification bell so na any updates be dropping on so once a bit to me akabi madam say
per annum and I say annually then 40,000 within the space of a year 4 years and no ha you be this uncommon now free President Mahama and officially or resetting a year Ghana no torno shasi ne inti and also had more yeba be din komo ken of riata wa I don't know say waffle say udiyo ken of riata so abetuja say the lawyer say war abrochiri one more the akwakotum say almost per residency permit at the amano na almost reasons ne say or case for Ghana there but the number of cases they are born or court no one more issue say client in about Ghana ultimate fair trial judicial system no enti ene akurase waka wanyanwe wafrudu anyade obesi waka from then gold board issues so eba and issue about renovation of gold board or more former Bank of Ghana premises one and they on more occupy but den krata be chishum say jandam na ekoso these are documents are more published here by actor and emra omo pretty ewase no e show me say omnyesa ade no ama so adi emra so then of course want to mean samra boy galamsey case no uja for the application ko to me about 2 years so me opinion defense anyesa ade judge no for AG awie ni case to no ewo eye adansefo ebeba na ono so ndi different answer dia bono no anakwadu dia bono o anu yi bi on famra anyesa asembetu kusie awia obasha se free
de de kan ma mencha na mencha tiefo na mencha onabo ne ya tiefo nyina na benka say issues no doesn't mebu ne thought by thought because employment issues are very key, you know. Medical tackle on the recruitment first we are na back end for reata issue no yes I think that there be a kase okọ man bi ma whenever you see say young people in near Jumaya threaten your national cohesion, threaten your integration, threaten even the prospects of your democracy.
Okay.
Because babununu near Jumaya and they become idle. Like actually said, the idle brain is the devil's workshop. Arab Spring is or Tunisia. What was because of youth unemployment that people became so desperate. And see, buying uteki over. Your major priority should be addressing the youth unemployment situation. And so too when you have a in the last 8 years, the mess you create ene oman sika se bi ensemu na yedidi ye and the fact say baby a oman ne neka kwa no kwabra ne timi kwotena se no wa forge documents no de begu aban so aban de neka so a constraining the effort and the economy no to be able to open various capacities at the befanipa and the President Mahama by yes the expectation is that job opportunities as for be available for young people and as for and I mean you say one of the veritable avenues over the years and the used to ensure say we deal with this unemployment situation recruitment into various security agencies but I mean say your maya yade ya hona everything being equal security agencies enye avenue yade kopa adwuma. It's not supposed to be because it is a sensitive agency. It requires high level of expertise, certain knowledge, and as for commitment is also key. And to go America and other places, and when it comes to security, then as for no man, a man for overcome no, not willingly no, or person or because only a juma.
Okay.
Yeah, if we Africa corner sometime paper seminar se phone to ko room na ye we na ye dia found ya kwakope but call we no there normally people go in because they want to go in because of the high demands and what is involved. For instance, we a US your friends a serviceman umpo to Iran or kontokwa you can lose your life anytime. So a job were very risky. So ordinary enye avenue party for ne supporters because say yeah because security.
Okay.
So but other areas na nam say enye available. That is why you see some of these things. So when me who number no that now I was surprised a month were talking about the intake and then the number applying.
Okay.
I was shocked to see the number of people applying for some of these things.
No?
Yes. The staggering number exposes a certain harsh reality say youth unemployment is real and we need to do everything to tackle it. Because majority of the people going in, you know, they were not applying because they want to be police officers. They want to don't know your desperation. And I don't know so yeah juma dada a teacher for can home a binum can home but free send the salary then as a for no yamano. So they are switching then as a for so this year no they use a strategy at boy ma filter a lot of people out. So what fell forms on baby as juma be na way. And this a we a teacher ni na san o sign upload Ghana card now run it through the system now. Already no you are part of the already employment way no and you know automatically you are your friends are disqualified. I think that these are some of the ways that ya faso but watch him. The entire ne muntaka and that we are for a can a certain cultural narrative we are building around recruitment.
Okay.
Make us say a man for Bojo Mahama ne your friend saying muntaka baso because this is the first time in so many years our recruitment abaye public can say. In the last 8 years, I don't remember the last time I hear advert. My Ghana new cut off form. And my processes involved no by a nationwide discussion.
Apart from them said 2018, the end
of early wine, no?
Yes.
The
17 euro 18.
Yes.
I know pen about bunting.
The Akanyina is sumasi jadi mutin ya besine. So the transparency, the disclosures are quite clear. I will be who say a ton form. Ubetimi akwakotobi or apply go through the process. Yeah, the exams you go kotrobi no. Even though numbers in are there, but that tells you say a certain transparency has been added to the process. And again, the entire amount for a boom because my culture says certain cultural narrative has been created over the years, you know. Why buying bar when a William call and it has been a take it. Now no we have MPP for Yabu who will be Aberwan singing to two, but not a police at the Wababon thing. Obi at the age wabroso. Now no review no more Obi or a diabetic, Obi a hypertensive. A whole lot of medical conditions, but they didn't pay attention to all these things. Or more the say we are recruiting, and to we a party need the so come and more penny per guma for almost 8 good years. And the obviously end this in the north in China because they come from the same social environment. And who say MPP by any no. The expectation is that mensoma by naba, menso metama so I was a Mikobi. What I say, but if that particular expectation you know coming against a president, I also. I make a promise, I am resetting. We need to break away from the usual norm now over the years, you know. You recruit to party foot soldiers in as well. You best say your security, and it is true. Because in recent times, crowd control have a problem in this particular country. No besides say training bang and your security guys now mobile because very often the first reaction are Ghana police officer and a military man. Or offer in crowd control, say, or shoot to life bullet a kunipa. And there has been sad examples, many that we can try. So a chance say Yababe drew a pointer, even though a man for a year, ama system na side there, but we cannot continue. And no enema reset no enya footholding in this particular narrative. Who say going forward no, we need to restructure the system in such a way say yebeye na ya produce men or more deserving or more what it takes to handle situation and very complex situation like this. Na yanka say amam for ye bintinu so ye ba betwaso because over the years we have quite fast recruitment. We ended up arming a lot of idiots with guns and then as a forum and SMC Okroma, you see how they are able to handle the situation. Obakaya, the last demonstration there cost for Jubilee House and as a for yetimi chekwa brane bono twene form ye tu obi ani nipa ye prepra mu Okroma and nyina kyerɛ the sort of training because nipa na ogina ho no una wohu ni so ye fancy police officer or shata de nimu no or party ni nti ohu say demonstration na wo ye no wo say na ban nti obabo Obabu atwe form.
I see.
And into the who Oliver na se for kwam for police for na se for wo we so akoto key. Here bru nipa ni so na se for because who say we in the time for na ban na wo so oma wo mfa ban na nim twitwi form. So I think say when it comes to some of these things there, is a very tough decision to take, but we need to agree say aban no ka say otoaso aye de na akufuado eye ne dia then the things say cost 90 work. So some of these decisive bold decision must be taken and the president must also be commended. Say what na see who say the unemployment situation is genuine. Ghana for here Juma now within a short space now because of this challenge here by what may increase the number by almost 100%. For me, I think it was also help to alleviate this challenge because a lot of people are more qualified or more very deserving, and your opportunity to serve in the various security agencies, So the process is transparent. Ghana nibehu wako through when you have opportunity then as a foreigner. For me, I think that is the best that the government can do for now. Now, you sign to any other areas, you bet me created these opportunities, and I've always argued, there is nowhere in the world that government want the capacity to employ majority of the people. Government always or capacity are limited. And to Ghana, I have more government payroll so about you. We are less than 1 million. Omo go about payroll so less than 1 million. But Ghana for 34 million. And to say government the capacity in SA. So it means that you need to look at the private sector, energize them, provide them with all the tools. So I remember the private sector not imagine the nice so so it may absorb with these people. Now again, there are people working, but and I'm so much attention young pain to companies in as who see a man for because some of the foreign companies but what they do is that they pay their workers through third parties. And the company is paying maybe at 3,000, but mediator no the actual person or 1,000 Ghana cedis. But and they monitor these things to be able to know that these people within your friends the approved payment rate in exactly. So it's any partner but sanka yatimia tenase ya follow up and making sure that some of these anomalies in the fraud na cost within the payment chain, you rectifier. You will have these people being taken away from the fold of unemployment chunk of people now. Not ya addressing na quiet. So I think it's a wake up call to all of us. Not going forward, Said the president is here and making commitment. We need to retool the security agencies as well. Over the years, Nancy over here. A soldier near police in our branch, our babontain. Near Nakosi bullion vine, we are so unfasicam cock. Near the Gold Coast to 10 tennis in the nice North front. Okodru baby, I'm robber no side arm, or not me be a door, as to police in because we are police in this, we are quick. That's a be a door, no cross out to 10 ways you nice. That man I would call her from Foswakuno. But no, be not a sophisticated gun, I change the crap police, and accommodation has always been a problem. So I think in as much as I can same way, pay attention to details involving security. For making sure the sensitivity will not be distorted because certain individuals want in by hook or crook. They are casting the open ticket near the party folks we may end up endanger your life because nipana would to a man no. One you're careful now, I make a fool with a gun. I'm a catcher say, or presenting danger not only to himself but to everybody. And it's the reason why we need to commend this particular bold decision. Bringing a lot of people in a bit me addressing the unemployment challenge in a because it's a major way over the years and you can't want them. And the young say, so what ase now he challenge and MPP for to mo ni ogu so mo kan dey as if say in the last 8 years, now they were not in Ghana. These are the people who created the mess. It's the reason why the last time I was telling them, say, Sikana na ye sink into those senseless enterprises like the National Cathedral and other way, Sa Sikana ye di nyansadia, ebianka ye ni ha ne. You created this mess, and few years after, you expect Ghana to turn into maybe California, or it's not possible. You understand? It will take gradual process to build the foundation. Now, or more now I build it upon, and that is what the president, at this point in time, so the economy now. Clearly, the indicators or the statistics point to a positive direction. Is the reason why all the rating agencies in India say rating Ghana positive, because the economy na say a footholding, and the dollar rate I appreciate here, and also give you investor confidence in Ghana's economy. Unlike the previous time, what I say, but the same jokers sitting on the sidelines or more I say after they've created this mess. There is this conversation of Nippon Motia Sikana. Ya disqualify mono yen sign and refine almost no bisa almost abroad more tom forms no more to China and no more Cote d'Ivoire. Because some of us over the years have advocated say in here say obi because security we have tom form man ya Canada and because of political capital and and omo pretending to be a voice for the people, but besides say that by na MPP by making directives say forms my tongue. And do you be a sabi? Something you are guilty of in the last 8 years, back at you be so among this amount. I think they're going forward, we need to set the record straight. Now you're making sure, say, your priorities and going forward, ma ubi aba security agencies, ma sa form turner, na se form no. Yen through, not there are ways, you bet me to control the number. There are specialty areas, you bet me demand it. Your first application. Now ye na sana, I think say about limited the numbers. And again, your school no so na amount for go the certificate bar. Which certificate won't mean I think we need to, infuse a certain vocational training be into. And by the time a nipa free secondary school, but apart from the certificate, or better than so it become a double kind of something. But we are training people in art, we are training people in several humanity courses. At the end of the day, nipa no baba burden on the state, but other areas never nipa na ba self-employed. We pay least attention to. Look at the emerging space and technology, AI, Internet of Things. There are several other avenues. Pay attention to some of these things. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. School is supposed to be mastering people in art, in technology, and so forth. But then the humanities are jafa. And now quite law, all the humanities courses students the core science and the tech people in KNUST. I just say we are in danger as a country, you understand? So these are some of the things. Normally we narrow the scope of the conversation, not because of political expediency, or member standardize way, me accuse way, but the actual problem na end up pinning some of these occurrences, we pay least attention to. I don't know people call Kwame Nkrumah School of Science and Technology. Now where we are expecting say he's equipped with all the technological stuff. No about catch us say or person ko police and person ko soldier. And or no ankasa ntimi nya bibi man ho. What I say? I just say your model no, we need to retool it and pay much attention to job available. Because you see, China sat down. They realize their strength, look at their problems, and then they've been able to turn things around. Because my culture say China na ye mind back one more dog so power we say, and India na ye the most populated country in the world. China tosu two and but the omo ye and so more times who so more numbers, then they decided to leverage the number, turn it into economic advantage. And now production is very high, because our numbers are not a bottle na or produce or a lot of people to buy more than America. What I say, and China has become a production hub apart from serving their own market, and then look at the cars that are coming to our space.
Yes.
All Chinese cars. Why? Because they've been able to produce for themselves and they are exporting and they are making money. And because they realized that there was a gap between school, need a job available, then they decided to bridge the gap. The schools in the name for no job is it available here? That was the last time I catch us Obi from University of Ghana, Bank of Ghana, so or quiet your friend is saying internship. Ajuma bemana ya so koto credit and koko. They will not bring the person close because the person needs knowledge they bano or the computer no manner or best say near mano. So there is a gap between academia and the job market. How do we bridge it in the long term? But very often your focus in a short term political dividend.
Yeah.
I bet me achieve within a short period. My culture said no nation and the way we are seeing Atimia grow based on short-term interventions, and as for it must be long-term. You plan, and the nation will lead towards that, and that is the only way. So I think that this is a major problem that we need to pay much attention to. Now you move on as a country. Now you create other avenues. President Mahama, that question and Sadno Jumefe, or Caso Baby Obey.
Okay.
Because our infrastructure in 2016 abra oko and the signature project in this country. And I think that is something or they seen a news for instance, we open this particular channel here among four ever security agencies, and there are other avenues obetimi engagement with private sector almost obetimi maximize more capacity. Now on my na say by discipline and so no we working within our means. Na sikana over the years yet too good yam farm more papa will chroma say no. You make sure that those money
and some so our political highway. So I hear Zenator Rawlings and you didn't hold latest updates at the Bremer and yeah, as I'm getting a subscribing I hit say on the notification bell, send any updates be a dropping on so once a bit to me akabi, Madam I say.